Oh, crap. There's no animations I can use for this batch of Robot Masters either. Unless...
I want to kind of go back and look at something real quick. What did you expect? I'm a dragon. What, I'm not supposed to obsess over a room full of treasure?
So yeah, all these videos are the property of Roahm Mythril. I am using them with his permission. And, well, here's tier 3. At number 80, we have SRN003, Venus, from Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy. Venus is one of the ancient star droids that was found by Dr. Wily and reprogrammed for the purpose of completely taking over the world. No, I am not doing another Bison reference. While Venus' stage is not a water level per se, it does have water-like elements, including attacking bubbles, perhaps with bubble shooters that can launch you into death spikes, and hallways that are filled with waterfalls, which can actually knock you off the platforms if you aren't paying attention. The fight with Venus is also about paying attention. If he jumps high, he'll launch a small bubble bomb that will home in on you. But if he jumps low, he'll launch a larger one that stays in the air until you run into it. If you don't keep on your toes, this fight can really mess up your day, putting Venus at the number 80 spot on this list. And for those of you that are wondering what exactly this Robot Master has to do with the goddess of love and beauty, well, Venus' name in Greece is Aphrodite, which comes from Aphros, meaning sea foam, and there's a lot of sea foam in Venus' stage. So yeah. Plus he also uses a lot of shampoo. At number 79 is DWN046, Tomahawk Man, from Mega Man 6. Created by scientists in North America, likely from a reservation, Tomahawk Man was built for the specific purpose of fighting in the first annual Robot Master Tournament, and he was later captured and reprogrammed by Dr. Wily using the guise of Mr. X. What's surprising is that in spite of the gun-wielding robots, Meteor dispensers, Skull Walkers, and a big stop, Roahm actually got through this stage on his very first try. Like Nightman's stage, Tomahawk Man's stage has two different paths. To fight the real Tomahawk Man, you have to use the jet adapter. Speaking of Tomahawk Man, the fight with him is the reason why this particular stage is so high up on the list. He launches silver tomahawk and feathers from his headdress, which can be pretty tricky to dodge if you don't get the timing just right. It's also easy for him to back you into a corner and deal some significant damage, putting Tomahawk Man at the number 79 spot. At number 78 is KNG006, Magic Man, from Mega Man and Base. Magic Man was a robotic illusionist who worked for a traveling circus. When he heard about the Army of King, a robot created by Dr. Wily who rebelled, Magic Man decided to join him solely for the purpose of showing off. His stage certainly feels like one demented circus, with roaming trains, marching toys, and a minibus that likes to pull a Bowser on you. The stage actually borrows a lot from Clown Man's stage in Mega Man 8, and we'll get to that soon enough, trust me on this. Magic Man has two different attacks that he uses frequently, his magic card that can steal health, and orbs that can deal damage, and turn into special robots if you shoot. He'll also throw homing pigeons at you if you move too far away from him. The fight can be daunting, but like a real magic act, once you know how it works, it's very easy to deal with, putting Magic Man at the number 78 spot. At number 77 is DWN051, Burst Man from Mega Man 7. Burst Man was created to watch after a chemical plant, and was then stolen by Wily and hidden away in the event that Wily ever got imprisoned for his crimes. The term burst in his name is twofold, as this stage not only has count bombs, but is also this game's obligatory water level, which of course means death spikes aplenty. The mini-boss for this stage is a giant crab, and when he's destroyed, the water not only becomes clearer, but it also becomes more buoyant, which can actually work against you in some situations. The fight against Burst Man can get pretty hectic. You'll notice immediately that there are death spikes on the ceiling, and Burst Man will try to lift you up on those in his bubbles, including his trademark Danger Up ability, which is just a bomb encased in a bubble. This can make the fight really congested, really fast, which puts Burst Man at the number 77 spot. At number 76 is DWN080, Solar Man from Mega Man 10. Solar Man was created to work in a solar research facility, but he was infected by the robo-antivirus and went berserk, taking over the facility for himself. Solar Man stages a lot of fire-themed obstacles, from light-launching sunflowers and tackle fires coming out of generators, to robots that fire homing missiles, to twin mini-bosses reminiscent of Heat Man, which can really mess you up if you aren't paying attention to it. There's also a section with conveyor belts that can be a speedrunner's dream if you really know what you're doing. As for the fight with Solar Man, while he's not the most durable of robot masters, you have to make sure to hit him and not the sun on his head or it'll power up his solar blaze attack, which can really mess up your day. Getting the timing of the jumps to avoid the solar blaze can be an ordeal, but if you time it out right, it can pay off big time, putting Solar Man at the number 76 spot. At number 75 is DWN-014, Flashman from Mega Man 2. Flashman was created by Dr. Wily using a special device modified from Time Man, which enables Flashman to stop time for small periods of time. Not to mention that he also put in special generators in his other 7 robot masters to make sure they couldn't be affected by it, although in Quickman's case, it was defective. Regarding the stage itself, I could almost put the entire thing here, it's so short and easy. You only have to fight a few of the robot enemies that are here because the maze-like structure means that you can bypass quite a few of them, and that includes the 3 returning Sniper Joes in the hallway just outside the boss room. The real difficulty here comes from Flashman himself was the very sporadic moving pattern, and his time stopper can be very tricky. You get the timing wrong and you're left wide open for one of Flashman's assaults. The good news is Flashman isn't the most durable of robot masters, putting this fight at number 75. Okay, let's see, what's the next number? What the fuck? Flashman! Better! Jeez! The internet didn't need to see that! Freaking trolls on my videos. Next number! At number 74 is DWN-062, Frostman from Mega Man 8. Frostman was created by Dr. Wily using leftover parts from creating Clownman. As a result, he has poor oil circulation. After being powered up using an energy reservoir filled with evil energy, he was set off to take over Alaska. Everybody got that? Besides being plagued by ice physics, Frostman's stage can be pretty easy if you know what you're doing, although there are some very tricky spots. This includes a nighttime stage with lots of penguin bots, sliding ice spheres, and of course giant whale bots. Not to mention the earworm that is the snowboarding section. In all seriousness, this is a section where you have to pay attention or you will suffer the consequences. It also has one of the funnier outtakes from Roahm Mythril.
Dying due to not getting a shiny? What's wrong with me?
Getting back to the task at hand, Frostman is a pretty tough boss. He's big and durable, and his ice wave can cause significant damage. Surprisingly, you actually want to keep close to him, or his ice punch attack will do real damage to you as he rockets across the screen at a surprising speed. Without Robot Master weapons, this fight is going to last for a good while, putting Frostman at number 74. In at number 73 is DWN-074, Pumpman from Mega Man 10. Pumpman was created to purify water at a sewage treatment facility, and even volunteers his time to wash graffiti off of walls out on the streets. Unfortunately, he got infected with the robo-antivirus and went completely crazy, taking over the sewage treatment facility. Here again is yet another water level, with all the accompanying things and some brand new enemies, including robots that attach to pipes and shoot projectiles, Meteors that fire goo globs that can slow you down, and evil shrimp. This stage is deceptively short with 2 different pathways, one of which takes you through a long hallway with those pipe enemies I told you about before, and another one that leads to a hallway where there are the typical instant death spikes that you usually find in water levels. This is another case of the stage is hard but the boss can be easy, if you know what you're doing. While Pumpman's water shield can be shot through, it's better just to wait it out until he fires it, because there's a blind spot underneath him when he fires it off. It's still a bit of a waiting game, and he is a very durable robot master, which is why he's number 73. At number 72, we have KNG-002, Coldman from Mega Man and Bass. Coldman was created by Dr. Light in order to preserve dinosaur DNA within his own body. And no, I am not making a Jurassic Park reference. Anyway, when Wily's robot King turned against him, Coldman was one of the robots that King decided to recruit and was modified for guard purposes. You'll notice this stage is actually similar to Frostman's earlier. Yeah, a lot of Mega Man and base levels were modified after Mega Man 8 levels. This level does bring a few new things to the table, including collapsing ice pillars over death spikes, cannons placed in precarious location, and an evil Frosty the Snowman for a mini-boss. Not the hardest stage, and Coldman can be predictable if a little tedious, and sometimes unpredictable depending. He has a lot of invincibility frames, especially due to his Ice Wall ability. Plus he has high durability as well, which can make the fight drag out for quite a while. He can also create freezing zones in the stage, and when his health gets low enough, he starts launching mist enemies at you. Overall, it's not the hardest boss, but it is pretty challenging, putting Coldman at number 72. At number 71 is KNG-004, Pirate Man from Mega Man and Base. Pirate Man was a member of King's army from the beginning, so I can only assume he was created by Dr. Wily. In any event, his purpose was to rob ships on the high seas. His stage is very similar to Aquaman's, and as such, it's the game's obligatory water level. It has a lot of interesting tricks to it, including giant clams, massive whale bots, and of all things, mimics. However, the stage is pretty short, and yet again, all the difficulty comes from Pirate Man, who can launch around the level in his bubbles and fire off remote mines to damage you. The water level in the room is constantly lowering, and Pirate Man will periodically try to raise the water level for his own benefit. This can leave Pirate Man wide open, and he's not very durable, but it's still a challenging fight, putting him at number 71. Tier 3 is done. Stay tuned for Tier 4 next video.